Are we on top? Voice? Oh, yes, okay. Hey everyone, it's day 20. Harlan Kilstein back here, and I'd like to talk to you about different types of language. Now, I don't mean talking like this or talking like this. What I do mean is whether you have directive language or whether you have permissive language. And the best way that I know to explain this is to talk about there are two types of hypnosis. There is directive hypnosis, and then there is permissive hypnosis. Permissive hypnosis was popularized by Milton Erickson. Most hypnotists, however, use the directive type. How can I explain the difference? Well, if you were listening to a directive type hypnotist and he is trying to get you to stop scratching your face, it might sound like this. Stop scratching. You will stop scratching. When you wake up, you will no longer want to scratch your face. Scratching your face will only irritate you more. You won't want to stop. You won't want to scratch your face. Stop scratching now. As you can see, that's really exciting. Makes me want to stop scratching my face now. Okay, now if you were working with someone who was a permissive hypnotist, the language that he would use would be entirely different. He might say something like, and I wonder how many things you can discover that you would rather do instead of that behavior that you used to do. So first of all, he might talk about scratching the face or not, but he leaves his communication wide open. And because they leave the communication wide open, it's very common that people leave a permissive hypnotist having changed behaviors other than what they wanted to change. So for example, someone who comes in and says, I'd like help for a sexual problem that I'm having, may leave with a greater state of calm, no longer yelling or screaming at people. The mind chooses what the most important thing for it to work on is and cannot be forced. That's why when it comes to change, permissive change is much more effective than directive change. Now, in addition, what we'd like to share with you is in copy, there are times for permissive language and there's time for directive language. So for example, let's say we use permissive language. It would be really ineffective if you said something like this. Of course, those of you who had the desire to increase your business might begin to think about clicking on the order link right now. On the other hand, those of you who aren't quite sure might want to go inside and think about it. That's not the time for permissive language. That's the time where you want to say, take your finger, click on the order button, and buy now. So during your sales letter, when you want to build rapport, you want your language to be as permissive as possible. On the other hand, when you want the reader to take action, the only thing that you want to have is directive action. Tell them specifically what to do. I can't tell you how many times people come to me because their website isn't converting, and yet I scan their website and do not see any place where people are asking them to take action. And make sure that the action that you tell people to do is really what you want. So for example, if your goal is to get people to opt into your newsletter, then tell them, go fill out the form that you see. As a matter of fact, if you haven't, you see that form over there up at the top? If you haven't filled out that form, go over there and fill it out right now. We can practice. Okay, that's directive. I don't say something like, you know, there are some people who might want to go fill out that form over there. You need to be directive when you want people to take action. If you want people to fill out an opt-in form, tell them exactly what you want. If you want them to purchase something, tell them what you want. Be directive in those areas and be generalized in as many other places as possible so your communication never misses its target. This is Harlan Kilstein for NLP Copywriting.